Okay, anyway. Hello, welcome back to That's the Whiskey. My name is Caroline.
I'm Jasmine.
Anyway, I'm Jasmine, your host. If you're new here, I am from Sonoma County, California, and I am here with my cousin / best friend / wife / life partner / lover.
Thank you.
/ everything. And we are just here to talk shit. If you're a returning listener, you know that me and Caroline started this podcast in 2020.
I think so.
And now we're here. We're in a studio. We're so fancy.
Could you have imagined this when we were like sitting on the floor at your apartment, hovering over one phone to record it?
No. I think about that apartment so much.
Me too.
And just like how much of my life happened there. Mm-hmm. I kind of miss it sometimes, but I love my current apartment.
I love your apartment too.
Okay, so what I was going to tell you before, so we were trying to breathe before we started this episode, and so I have a funny story. So when I was an infant, when I was a kid, like probably like 6th grade, I learned how if you like hyperventilate and like hold your breath, you can make yourself pass out. So
Doesn't that have a name, like Space Monkey or something?
I don't know, but I decided that I thought it was really funny, and I made oh shit.
Whoa.
Fuck shit. No, I made the kids in my class do it at recess. And my mom told me not to, right? And was like, you're gonna like have a seizure or something, you're gonna fucking die. And I was like, girl, calm down. I was like,
just living
calm
life
down.
on the edge.
No. And you know what she did? Your cousin, right? Because my mom and Caroline are cousins, which I think is really funny. Makes sense.
Whoa.
No, and
Wow. What's that supposed to mean? No, can you explain?
No.
Explain for the class.
No,
what
listen.
does that mean?
Do you know what your cousin did? She called the principal on me, her own child.
Your mom told on you?
Yeah. And then they and I literally remember my teacher going up to the front of the class and being like, someone is instructing other students to pass out.
Can you imagine being that teacher?
And then another thing that I used to do was I would get so bored in class and I would get so distracted all the time, go figure, that I would try to see how long I could hold my breath, because I would try to like make myself pass out so that I could go home. Yeah.
I thought you could make yourself pass out. Did you like lose that ability? I once convinced a group in like 4th or 5th grade to try different colors of paper, like to literally eat the paper. I was bored, so I convinced them that the different colors tasted like different flavors, but then they did it. So basically, I think I could be like a cult leader.
I agree.
Because I really
because I think
them.
you do have a cult and I'm the only member right now.
I
right now,
we run
but
the cult together.
See, that's what a good cult leader does. See, she just I thought we run it together.
Yeah.
We're good. Okay, guys, we have to talk about
Yesterday?
the most dramatic thing that's ever happened to me.
I was so... No, you can talk about it.
I can't. You're going to have to tell it.
Do you want me to start it?
I can't. I'm so, like, thoroughly embarrassed. Like, I wouldn't say I'm an easily embarrassed person. when it comes to stuff like that, certain areas of life, yes. But like when it comes to like public interaction, I usually don't talk enough. Or if I do, I'm going to kind of just say fuck it. But that
Should I set
was
the
so
scene for them?
embarrassing. Yeah, set the scene. Go ahead. Set the scene.
Jasmine and I were at a local grocery store at the sushi. I can't talk. We were getting sushi, and I was distracted looking around, and Jasmine turns to me, points to a totally like normal stranger, like a guy who was just picking out some food after work, probably. And do you want to tell everyone what you said?
I know.
I've never seen you this. Maybe this is how you get through it. Do you want me to say it? She turned to me. She went like this, went, that guy could kick our ass.
Okay.
Like, he wasn't doing anything. He was just standing there.
Okay.
That's what really got me. And I was like, here comes the excuses.
Okay. Obviously, I'm really embarrassed about this. I just ripped my shirt because I'm so embarrassed.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys. So you failed. You failed to set the scene because you did not mention
from my
at
perspective.
all what he was wearing.
Clothes.
No, not just clothes.
Wasn't he just wearing like?
He was wearing a blue kimono.
Wait, I thought it was just a jumpsuit. I swear he was just wearing a jumpsuit. He looked like he was just wearing a jumpsuit.
He took slides. This is so embarrassing.
Sorry, what were you gonna say? Didn't you think? Did you think he was a karate master?
Yes. Yes. Okay, who fucking wears that? Like like no hate, but who wears that?
And then after she
and
said,
he was also wearing slides in public.
I thought he was wearing a jumpsuit.
Out.
He wasn't.
The
like, coming
dogs
from
were
the
out to
gym.
fucking like bark. I was like,
Were you saying that his dogs could kick our asses? And then after she said this guy could kick our ass, he kind of looks.
he literally went, me?
Like really kind of nervously, just like.
and then Carolyn said, and then you're like, stop harassing strangers right in front of him. And then we just walked away. No, and it was so embarrassing because then when I like
him and we're
stepped
joking
back,
or something.
No, I thought it was funny because he was in his little karate outfit. I was gonna make like a Cobra Kai joke or something. But yeah,
and then I walked away to the kombucha section, and you followed me a few seconds later, and you were like, "I just made a mistake."
No, I know. No, I literally know, and it was really embarrassing, and I literally don't think I'm ever gonna get over that.
I'm sorry you're embarrassed. But it
so
was
how's your life been
for me?
How have things been going for you?
I went to therapy.
Yeah.
She basically told me to keep slaying and that I'm perfect and everyone should feel bad for me.
My
And
therapist
worship me.
My therapist tells me similar things, actually. She said that I'm better than everyone and that it's actually everyone else around me that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And that I'm actually
My God.
perfect.
See, that's why we're so connected, because we know we're
I
never
know.
the problem.
No, I know. And if any of you think that you're telling me that I'm the problem and that I'm talking to Carolyn and she's telling me I'm the problem, just know that she's not. And she always agrees that everyone else is the problem. Just kidding. No, you actually are very neutral.
You're actually very problematic.
Just kidding. You're actually the worst. Just kidding. I'm actually so horrible that Carolyn can't deny it at all. Because then it would be so obvious that I would know she was lying. Guys, we have a special listener today. My cute, perfect, sexy boyfriend's here, listening, being very adorable. He's behind the scenes.
He just won't stop flipping me off because he's so jealous that we're in love.
I know. Jealousy doesn't look good on you, baby. Anywho. What did you say?
Am I allowed to talk? I'm just not used to Jasmine talking and not giving much attention to me. It's very hard to take.
Okay. That's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. He told me to mosey
I love
away.
to be wanted. I love this. So guys, when I hang out with both of them, it's like they're both competing for my attention, and I love it. I love it. And like they might be joking or whatever, but I tell myself that it's real, and it feels good.
Our argument.
I want you guys to fight.
Jesus.
He literally just tried to charge Caroline. I'm scared. Anyway, so me and Carolyn have no subject for today. No. However, I will say that any time that we've ever not had a subject before, we've always somehow created a subject.
I feel like we have so much trauma in our lives, and we're really good at joking about all of it. And so it makes it really fun to just like talk. I have to lean so far away from the mic to drink this because I don't want people to hear my mouth noises.
So you know what's funny is last week's episode, I thought that everybody was going to hear me swallowing the whole time.
Did you swallow? Because I swallowed.
Do you swallow? Because I don't. Oh, what? Whoa. God, why would you say that? You're so
Where did that noise come? You guys, I think there's a ghost.
Have you seen that video of that little girl who farted?
She was like, she farted and went, oh my God. What was that? And she's the only one in the room. I thought that was you.
Guys, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Now we
Jonah's
just have
crying.
multiple people to bully us.
I know. Usually Phil's the only one bullying us, but now Jonah is here and he's like, oh, I said your name. I said his name for the first time on the podcast.
That's your name?
So I've been...
You're not on. You're not on.
You're not... I'm
whoa.
on. I'm on now, okay? Buckle up, Buttercup. So I've been upgraded from what's-his-face to my actual name?
So Jonah's butthurt because he listened to a podcast where I mentioned him and I called him what's his face, but we weren't like officially dating, so I don't feel like...
She told me today. She's like, yeah, I didn't care about you when we were just dating. Straight up. She was like, yeah, I just didn't...
Did you really?
She was like, yeah, I don't care about him.
I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I don't...
Okay.
Now you just like talk about him all the time, so
Right.
it balances out.
Okay, listen. I know how I am. When I commit to somebody, I'm like obsessive and crazy
I was
and
just about to say
1,000% committed and all about that person. So I'm not going to invest.
You're not crazy, baby. You're not crazy. I love you. Sorry.
What was that? Did you lose mic privileges?
Oh, I'm cut off.
Anyway,
So Jasmine, have you missed me?
yes. Yes, I missed you. Okay, I think about so much how, you know how your life got completely like shattered
and
like,
ruined and uprooted.
Yeah, and you had to move back home.
Yeah.
Well, so oftentimes I think about how that was horrible for you.
You just think about how bad it was.
Yes, but then I also think about
sit around thinking like, damn, Carolyn's life sucks, but you know what? Now we get to hang out.
Literally, yeah. That's like it. That is literally exactly how it goes in my brain. And that's what I was going to say.
That's what I think. I literally think like, wow, that sucked. But
dude, I know. Okay, so if you are a returning listener and you like really remember what we used to talk about in the beginning, me and Caroline had a summer. It was like the best summer
it really was.
Of our lives. I wonder if they can tell which one of us has ADD. But no, what was so... Picture this. Okay. Jasmine, was I working? Did I have a job?
I thought so. Were you?
No, you know what? It was the summer right when... No, because we didn't hang out during COVID, huh?
Not really.
I
would just
like
text you and try to convince you that.
I literally thought I was dying every 5 minutes. I'd be like, I can't breathe, I have COVID.
And then I was also working at the group home, so I didn't want to go out and get sick and then get the client sick.
What I thought you were going to say, and then get the client.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, but no, it had to have been the summer before that. So the summer before that, I worked for a coffee company.
And we were
that I don't go to anymore.
And we were both at a high school.
Yes. So I was at a high school when I was like 9. I just didn't go. That's the thing about that.
I feel like you would be a 9-year-old to go to high school early and then drop out. And I mean that in the nicest way.
Okay. Like a baby genius that's like fuck school.
Yeah. Fuck the man.
I can see that.
Fuck the man.
Huh?
Baby genius slacker.
Yeah, no, literally. I should get a tattoo that says that.
Baby genius
slacker.
You should get it like right here.
No, all of my employees tell me like all day, every day, they're like, you're like a baby. You're like a walking baby, like a big... like all the time. And I'm like, I don't get it. But now that I'm in a relationship, I get it.
Because you want to be baby?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I was already baby. We know that I was always baby. But
like every time I hang out with you, you're like, God, I don't know what it is, but like you just make me feel like a little kid.
I'm like, mommy,
mommy,
time to suckle.
Mommy.
I mean, God, I'm so sorry. Why did I say that? Fuck.
God, that
okay.
damn ghost again.
Anyway,
did I ever tell you that when I lost my voice like 2 or 3 months ago, like it was gone. It was bad, and it was so miserable. I've never been that sick.
Oh, I remember.
Was it because of the voice? Mm-hmm. Multiple coworkers,
guys, you
and
wish
my
you would have
ex
heard.
were all like, I know you're sick and feel really miserable, and you've been to urgent care twice in the past week, but your voice is kind of sexy. And I was like,
no, guys, it sounded really cool. What is up with that? Why did you
sound so good? And now you're kind of just like that.
No.
Thanks.
Why? But have you noticed that? I've noticed a lot of men like raspy voices. What's that about? Just kidding. Why? What is that? What's your opinion on that?
Raspy voices? I don't know. I think a lot of I don't like raspy voices. I only like your voice.
That's right.
But I'm still circling back to the fact that you said you didn't care about me when we were dating.
Okay.
In my mind. Anyway, no, I think it might be like a whoa, karma. Karma for saying you didn't care about me.
What just happened? Is it broken? Phil, am I broken?
I'm over here perplexed because Jasmine told me it was love at first sight, but now she's saying she didn't care about me. So
it was love at first sight. Okay,
was it just not the obsessive? Was it just not the obsessive love yet?
No. What handle?
Lean forward. There.
Gotcha. Anyway.
Skirt.
Wow.
You said you wanted ad libs.
Jonah's here with the ad libs. Okay. My point here is, okay, it wasn't that I didn't love Jonah right when I met him. When I met him, I like
Obviously.
knew instantly. I knew right away because there's something that, not that I've ever dated anybody before, but
Facts.
when I had been on other dates, even with people that I dated longer, I could always picture in my mind how it would end. Like, I always knew how it was going to end, like, right away. But I just continued to date them for the experience. Mm-hmm. But with Jonah, I couldn't figure out if we were going to date or not. Like, I literally couldn't, like, I couldn't get anything. And, like, I was just like, But intriguing. I didn't want to, I don't think that when people date, I don't think you should put all your eggs in one basket. I think you should talk to as many people as possible. Always have your favorite, obviously.
Okay.
Let's have your favorite, whatever. You're gonna have a favorite, duh. But here's the thing: is if that favorite person all of a sudden is like, I don't want to actually be boyfriend and girlfriend with you, it's gonna hurt way less if you have like 5 other dudes to like fall back on and be like,
yeah.
And what?
So how many dudes did you have to fall back on?
Me.
Caroline's the only one I know.
Wait, so I was gonna answer to the raspy voice thing.
Sorry. We're on Jonah's time, guys.
Yeah.
This is Jonah's podcast.
Yeah. So back up and just listen. Okay. Circling back to me.
Okay.
Remember when you were telling me about that Sigmund Freud thing about like how like every what was it that Freud said?
Freud wants to fuck his mom.
Yeah, he thinks that everybody wants to fuck their parents.
Okay, so scaling back, like taking that on another level, there's a lot of grandmas out there with raspy voices, and a lot of men love their grandmas. So maybe that's part of it.
That's a theory.
Right?
My boyfriend is a psychologist, for sure.
Jasmine and I don't think she's ever told this story. We were in San Francisco. We were having a really awesome day. I had a concert I was performing at. We went to tour of his coffee company. And on the way back, we're walking back.
When you say it, make sure you're not too close to the mic because it's going to hurt our ears.
How's this? Is this better?
Headphone viewers, this is your warning.
She's very sensitive. Yes. Be careful with her ears.
My ears.
My weggies. But so we're walking. Is this a good distance?
Sure. Sure.
What are you up to this summer? Oh,
that's what Jonah said to me. That was the first thing he said to me. How's your summer going?
I mean, I don't. Phil, back me up on this. It's not the worst,
Leave me out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah. Phil's my guy.
We should edit like a little cartoon.
A little cartoon.
That just like
standing
up.
right here.
Like that tall. Just like pops up.
So obviously it worked out pretty well. So you can hate on it all you want.
Okay, tell the story.
Okay, so we're walking back from the coffee shop.
And just to give a backstory, even though I just told him to tell the story, speaking of trauma, a lot of my trauma comes
Jasmine
from...
loves San Francisco.
Yeah, right. So a lot of my trauma comes from like addicts being in like drug-induced psychosis. So like you can imagine that San Francisco is very triggering.
Favorite place?
Yeah.
Because you get so much exposure therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like it's just like a PTSD thing. I see a homeless person, I see somebody who I think is on drugs and is definitely not right, and I immediately am like scared for my life and think that I'm gonna get murdered.
Yeah, I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about because San Francisco doesn't have any homeless people. So. Anyway.
Right.
So we're walking back to our
worries.
car. We had a really cool tour, did a little coffee tasting and whatnot. And we're walking back and there's just like a whole plethora of homeless people right there. And,
Jonah almost got jumped by some gang members too.
Oh, yeah, totally. I forgot about that.
Did you deserve it?
No, it wasn't actually.
No,
It was
some weird vibes. But Jasmine and I both being from like really small towns, we're a little out of our element. At least I was for sure.
No, I was so in my element was the problem.
Yeah, so I was like, mommy. Oh, I mean, sorry. This is weird. Circling back to Freud. Anyway, so we're walking back and there's this woman in a wheelchair
with the tarp over her head.
I think she was a woman. I'm not really.
Whatever.
Anyway.
She had a tarp over her head in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Chasing us. Going backwards.
And as
she was going so fast.
She just kept going.
So fast.
She just kept going. We were walking, I'm already like gripping Jasmine's hand a little tighter because I'm like, all right, this is a little weird. We're almost to the car, but it's getting a little weird. And then she just keeps. It's like she just doesn't stop. She just
when
keeps going.
She started chasing us, we started running, literally running. We literally were running.
And I don't know if it was during that time or before when we saw her the first time, but literally the best part of this whole thing, and it's kind of become a little mantra between Jasmine and I.
We're going to say this at our wedding.
She said, that's right. She said, give me a cigarette.
She was.
You got a cigarette. Since she's just wheeling backwards.
She was screaming.
She made me want a cigarette. I was like, damn, I'm stressed.
I hate to break it to you guys, but that was actually me.
Shit, was that you? You should.
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Sorry. Was it the obsessive look in my eyes?
It's
my
weird
grandma,
that you can walk now, though. I'm kind of questioning that.
No, my grandma is a smoker, and we told her this story. She said, well, shit, give her a cigarette. And I was like, Grandma.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go back to that coffee place again, I'll bring some smokes. Shit, just
Jonah is literally gonna get us attacked.
I've heard before that cigarettes, having cigarettes on you, is actually a good way to diffuse arguments with people in public. Just be like, "Hey, man, do you need a cigarette?"
Wait, what?
But when you think about it, it's that kind of makes sense.
That's interesting. But if I was in a heated argument and somebody was like, "Just take a cigarette," I would actually I think.
What if they were like, take this matcha and vape?
Okay, then that would be different. That would be different.
That's those old Snickers commercials where they're like, hey, you're not you when you're hungry. Hey, you're not you, have a smoke.
Yes. I think it's a little empty.
What do you mean? All right, Jonah's done. Say bye.
Cut him off.
Splash.
Anyway.
How has your week been?
Does something significant happen to me? What? Wait, what happened?
Really?
What happened to
really?
me? Oh, wow. You guys want to know how my week went?
I was like, Jasmine, do you not want to talk about it? How
literally?
do you forget that?
I don't know. My life is so traumatic
That's true.
I literally don't remember things. And I'm not saying that to be funny. It's just real. Basically, and Phil, I need to talk to you about this because maybe you know something about it. Somebody put a tracker somewhere on my car. Yeah, not very slay. I debated talking about it on the podcast because I was like, what if whoever does it, I feel like it's somebody I know, and I feel like, or did it, I feel like they probably watched the podcast, but then at the same time, I was kind of like, whatever.
YOLO.
I did contact the police. So if anybody's familiar with AirTags, that's what it was, I guess. But I don't know where it is because I can't find it. So... And then I called Apple and I was like, is there any way this is just a glitch? Because I got a notification on my phone or on my iPad twice saying that there was an AirTag with me. and that whoever owned it could see where I was at all times or something stupid. Me and Jonah were like getting in bed, getting ready to watch Star Wars, and literally just doing nothing. You don't get to just talk whenever you want, Jonah.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you, are we watching Star Wars tonight or what? What's the deal with that?
Okay, cut him off. Cut him off.
Hey yo, I heard about a good podcast.
No.
Joe Rogan had one of the best podcasts of all time.
That's the last time. God. Guys. God. What the hell?
What's going on?
Chassie's angry.
Chassie didn't like that.
This is a mistake. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying?
Oh, the stalker?
Oh. Well, sorry. So, anywho,
I'm so sorry that happened. That is
don't
so
be.
unnerving.
Don't be. Honestly, shit happens. Well, I feel like this is just so on brand for me. You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. That's what's going to get us canceled next. Fuck. It's just,
Shit.
it's,
Do you want to know something really funny? So, my parents used to own a restaurant, and one time somebody like went up to my mom, was like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, your son with the lisp or whatever."
Does one of them have a list? Was
My
it you? Well,
This, guys, is how you perform stonewalling. Okay, so I figured out that I stonewall. Do you know what that is? It's like when somebody upsets you and you ignore them. And I recently figured out that I do that. And see, that's what makes That's the Whiskey unique, because I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. I actively, knowingly choose to stonewall.
10 minutes ago. And we're perfect.
No, but my therapist still thinks I'm perfect. No, I actually, this is a real thing though. I totally realized that I do that. Thank you, Jonah, for making me realize that. When I'm uncomfortable, well, I kind of knew that because whenever I get like upset or anything, like, you know, with jobs and stuff, I like don't want to like talk to my bosses, and I just want to quit immediately. I don't usually, but I want to. Like really bad. Like I'll start looking like that day. And I used to be like that in relationships. Somebody would piss me off. You're done. Never again. Not that I've ever been in a relationship before, Jonah, but hypothetically, if I had been.
Yeah.
And I would do it with friends. If I would get in an argument with my friends, they would irritate me. I just wouldn't talk to them. And it made me feel so good to just pretend like nothing had happened. However, I also would know, because like my friends ended up being like, okay, like when you do that, it's really upsetting though, because like I know you're upset with me, and I feel like you're never gonna like talk to me again. And so I knew that this was an issue for me, right? But I didn't know what the word was until I looked it up last night, and I was like, why do I ignore my boyfriend when I get mad at him?
You Googled
and
it?
Yeah,
I love that.
And it was like
Google
stonewalling. But here's the thing: is I'm not doing it as a punishment at all, and that's I think what people get. I think that's what people get confused about. Like, I would say that, especially if, you know, like looking back to our episodes from when we first started until now. Like, I definitely, obviously, have had a lot of growth as a person. I think I was way less, like, emotional and way more, like, cold and, like, bitchy.
And I have become less emotional and more bitchy.
And I love it. But I would say that, like, if I could describe myself as, like, a partner back then, I would say that I was like, you know, like the stereotypical douchebag man, how they like treat women like shit and just like do whatever. I was that.
Were you a fuckboy?
Yes. Not okay. No, not like that. But like just like from the mental part of it. But I was like that with everyone. It wasn't just like relationships or whatever. And
I mean, it probably comes from how you felt like safe in stressful environments.
yeah, it was.
It's okay, mommy's here.
And this uncle. Oh,
I mean, sorry.
No. So
no, I feel
but
I feel like I do something different. Ever since I was younger, I try and then try and then try again and then try again. Like even sometimes through questionable behavior. And then I think I've been thinking about it a lot today. Once I know I'm done with a relationship or a friendship, it's done. Like that's it. And I'm kind of fine. I've noticed that with friendships I've lost. Like sometimes a long time after I'll be like, like I hope they're doing okay. Because like I care about people that were in my life. But
right.
I don't know. I feel like I try a little too hard and then get to the point where I'm just like too burnt out.
Well, where I kind of, damn, my hands are sweaty. Where I kind of come from is like, so I think that people think that a lot of those like toxic behaviors, like stonewalling, gaslighting, whatever, you name it, like just being a dick in general. Like I think that, especially in dating, I think people think that it comes from a very like purposely like malicious place. You know, like, you know, I think that, or like even like any sort of like toxicity, and like I'm not saying it's right, but coming from the person who was that way and like acted like that and like would just not treat people very nicely in relationships, it's not, or at least for me, it wasn't as conscious. And even now, like with the stonewalling, it's not, like I think people, or at least how I would view it if it was happening to me, because obviously it's happened to me, because otherwise I wouldn't do that to people. But when I was being ignored, I always thought of it like, oh my God, like they're doing this to punish me, like they're doing this because they know it upsets me, like they're doing this because they're mad at me or something like that. But for me, it's not like that at all. I literally get so upset that it's like there's something in me that's just like, I can't talk. Like I can't, like I literally feel like I can't speak. I can't like do anything. It's not a conscious like, oh, I'm going to do this because you're fucking pissing, you know, like it's not like that.
Yeah.
Because I've also felt that way before in my life, but it's not as conscious. Like it's not, I don't know. I feel like it's more me trying to like, sorry. I feel like it's me trying to like self-soothe.
No, yeah.
And like, that's how I felt with like, I mean, obviously like every other like toxic behavior that I have and that I've displayed in the past, especially like, you know, or like it's almost, I feel like the same as like abandoning people before they would abandon me. Like my first go-to in relationships was to like just leave people. And Jonah's like the first relationship that I've ever had where I've actually not done that.
Slay.
Okay.
No, I think it makes sense though that a lot of those behaviors can be unconscious. I think a lot about how the environment we're raised in shows us what normal is, but it doesn't actually make it normal for everyone.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And like there's a lot of behaviors like I've picked up on that aren't the greatest for my relationships, where that's the only way I knew how to be. I didn't.
No, you're perfect. No.
But
no, you're perfect.
I shut
Don't
down.
tell yourself otherwise.
I'm perfect, and I shut down. I do shut down, but for me, it comes from a place of
you do.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to talk about it?
One time, Carolyn stopped talking to me for a day. And I won't ever forget it. I will not.
What about the times where you've texted me like a day after I texted you and said, sorry, I thought I had responded.
Like every day.
Yeah.
Or the hi.
No,
That's
we
what I
could be
do
in the
to
middle
people.
of a conversation, but if it's been more than like 5 minutes since you texted me, sometimes you'll say hi.
Well, I have the like attention
It's
span
kinda
of like a
funny, though.
gnat. A big baby.
gnat?
A big walking baby. Would you expect a baby to remember what you said 5 minutes ago? No.
Yeah.
Why do you expect any different from
I'm
me?
just baby. Oh, but I'm a baby that gets really overwhelmed. And I get anxious, and it's like my brain shuts down. And I think part of that comes from a feeling of like I need to be able to control the situation, but I can't figure out how the fuck to do it. So I'm just going to sit here in my bubble and not do anything except ruminate.
Yeah.
And ruminate some more.
Interesting.
But just talking about how I'm feeling and not trying to come up with. Are you looking at my titties? You literally were like.
Well, yes, I was. No, I was. I was. No.
My eyes are up here.
I hypothetically went on a date with someone, and it was our first date.
The way his head shot.
No, literally, our whole first date. He was staring at my boobs the whole time. They were like totally out though. Not that it's actually no, it wasn't my fault at all. But I was literally wearing like a bra. Like I wasn't even wearing like an actual shirt.
It's not that hard to just like not stare at people's boobs though.
Circling back to me.
Oh my god.
I don't regret that at all.
Okay, Johnny, you need to stop interrupting. Okay? Please? This is a boundary I'm setting in our relationship that you need to follow. Thank you. And that's how it's done, guys.
Stop it.
No,
I've gotten my
eyes
boobs looked at a lot
I like
at
it.
a party in this specific top. It was a better bra though. Sorry. It was really uncomfortable because it was someone I knew and I didn't know what to do about it. And so I pretended like it never happened and ignored it. And then it worked really well. Why are you looking away?
This is how my life
I
goes.
miss you.
Sometimes when people talk to me, I'm just like, la 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 la.
Just elevator music
Jasmine's
playing.
World, Jasmine's World.
Sometimes I have Sesame Street songs stuck in my head. It's like, do you ever have like
I
brief
don't
moments
remember
where you're
Sesame
not thinking?
Street.
I feel like I never
I don't
really
think my
watched
parents let
it.
me like watch that. My parents made me watch like Jerry Springer.
I would.
I
This is
know.
how you do it.
No, my mom and I literally as a child used to watch America's Most Wanted every Sunday or whatever. And she had to make me stop watching it because one time we were at the pool and I thought that we saw this guy from America's Most Wanted and I started crying and freaking out and I was like 7. And that's why you don't let your kids watch America's Most Wanted when they're like 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but one of my clients really likes Sesame Street.
Oh, really?
So I just sing songs with him all the time. It made me really happy.
Caroline's
though.
a realtor.
This one guy I'm selling. No, but it's sweet because I recently went back to my old job at a group home, and I started singing with this client who loves Sesame Street, and one of my coworkers who was there before I left too, she turned to me and she was like, "It's so nice to have you back. Like no one's been singing with him enough lately." And so I just sing with him all the time now.
That's adorable.
Like we sing Rubber Ducky when he's getting ready for a shower. Like it's super
really
fun.
Sweet.
But that makes it so the brief moments where I'm not
sorry.
obsessively thinking about something, I just have like sunny days, sleeping the
Do you get
away,
like
going
songs
over and
stuck
over.
in your head? So
I
my
get songs stuck in
therapist
my head?
sent me something and said that was a symptom of OCD, like having songs repeatedly going through your head over and over, like getting
thought-
stuck on it. And I thought that was just like a normal thing.
I thought that was normal. But also you think
Or getting phrases stuck in your head.
mm-hmm.
You're done. Fat bitch. So
Fat
me and
bitch.
Caroline went through a period on that was our famous summer, right?
That was.
Yeah, where we called anything and everyone a fat bitch.
But
And
it wasn't. It wasn't
yes.
like fat.
Not
It
about
was just-
weight.
I
Not
think
about
it was
weight.
just us like doing a vocal stick.
Yeah,
I'm
just
so
really
dead
hits
ass.
the mouth right.
Have I ever told you about the time I told my coworker that I was telling him? It was when I worked at a coffee shop, and my coworker and I were on bar making drinks together, and I was telling him how I think I'm autistic sometimes. She just does that like every time I bring up that subject.
What else am I supposed to say? I don't. What do you say to that? I don't.
Well,
I don't know.
I told him sometimes I will hear a song I really like, and by sometimes I mean like once every week or two, I'll hear a song I like, and I could listen to it over and over and over and over again and over again and over again. And then, I have to go to work, and then I'll leave work and I'll listen to it the whole way home.
No, yeah.
Maybe with like one other song thrown in there. And I ended telling him that by saying, and that's why I think I'm autistic. And then a customer overheard. And I was so embarrassed. And she went, well, I mean, like, my daughter and I are autistic, and I was overhearing you talking about it. And I was like, yeah. When I broke up-
Customers say the funniest things.
No, they really do.
One time, a lady came up to me and said that she felt like I had multiple personality disorder because sometimes when she came in, I was really chipper, and other times I was quiet and more mellow and didn't really talk.
You should have told her that. Oh, that was probably my
And-
twin.
I should have been like, oh, no, that was my twin. Who fucking says that?
That's so
I'll never
weird.
forget that. That happened to me literally when I was like 16. I was like, you're going to think fucking multiple personalities, and my other personality beats the shit out of you. I was like, what the hell? And she's like a local therapist, actually. Yeah. So doesn't that even more odd?
I have a theory that like 50% of therapists
Are fucking weird.
unhinged.
No, yeah.
And the other half are traumatized but cool. But
Okay. No.
uh,
Yes. I love my therapist. She's so funny. She
I love
literally
mine too.
cracks me up. She's like truly fun. Like, I would love to be her friend. I want her to adopt me. She is so cool and like just like better than everyone I've ever met. No, she's like really cool.
no, keep going.
No, and then eventually, while I describe her, I'm going to talk about how she reminds me so much of myself.
The way you talk about her reminds me of you sometimes. But like my therapist
She's very
kind of
blunt
reminds me
and
of me sometimes. But I think that's part of how
why we like them
good
so
therapists
much.
function.
Oh, okay. Like a little mirror.
The
A
mirror.
little mirror on the wall.
God, my therapy session was so good earlier today.
So our family does this thing where the women will like do something like
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 I've sat with like my mom and her sisters before, and they'll all start eating a meal together, and I'll hear
and it's like we're all talking with our
like a little
mms.
chorus.
Yeah.
Just
Our weird fucking family. Right. Is somebody here?
it's the ghost.
Is somebody here right now?
It's the ghost.
I'm scared. So I talked to a leader of a local biker gang recently about getting him on the podcast. And he said yes.
So cool gang.
Yes. It's not, is it a gang? Yes, it's a gang. It's a club. It's a club. It's a club. Let me rephrase. Yeah, it's a local biker club. Do you remember that shirt that I used to wear all the time in high school that said, support your local girl gang? Girl gang?
You were in high school? We became friends as we were dropping out together.
That's true.
Like we were friends in a way, but we became
I think
close.
okay, sometimes it hurts my feelings because I don't know if you are just so traumatized that you like just like completely forgot your childhood, but like we hung out.
No, we did.
We're cousins.
But we became like
I like
besties.
stayed the night at your house all the
No,
time.
but we became like besties who were obsessed and talk about how much we're in love with each other.
Right.
When we were-
lesbians.
Cause yeah,
So,
our
okay,
lesbian
so that was a little
relationship
different.
started when we were dropping out. Right?
I remember the first time we kissed. Just kidding.
Under the fluorescent lights of the dropout test room.
I remember the first time me and Jonah kissed. And don't take the microphone, Jonah. He said, "Can I kiss you?" And I was like, "Sure." But then
Is that how you said it?
But then, yeah.
Sure.
But then he didn't kiss me for like 10 minutes. He literally didn't kiss me for like 10 minutes. So I was like, like, what?
That's so funny.
Isn't that funny? But
No,
isn't that
that's
so
iconic.
him? What do you think of Jonah and our relationship?
I mean, other than the fact that like the first thing he said to me today was there's a new sheriff in town. There ain't room for the both of us. I'm replacing you. And telling me
Yeah, I like
mosey,
it. They
to mosey away from you. Other than that, you guys are adorable. And you're very similar and odd in a cute way.
So you could imagine how that was a backhanded compliment. You know what I've noticed? People love to give me backhanded compliments.
Wait, what?
No, I swear to God. And okay, I'm being serious that way. I know you're joking, but no, really, people love to give me backhanded compliments. They're like, "Wow." Like, or you know what people used to say to me all the time? They'd be like, "You're like way better looking in person." In fact, one of my mom's clients said to me, and I've held this against my mom for my whole life.
For fucking real.
No,
That's so
she
weird.
literally said, no, and that's been said to me multiple times by like multiple different people. And she said to me, "You look way better in person. Your mom posts like really bad pictures of you." And she was like an older woman too. She wasn't like a kid. Like this woman was like probably like in her 50s.
Okay.
And
but
she
to
was
be fair,
like,
looking at the pictures my mom posts of me,
right.
that's true
But
for me.
it was validation because I was like, okay.
like, see, mom?
I was literally like, yeah.
I've gotten in
Yeah.
fights with my mom over pictures she's posted of me.
No, I hate when people post bad pictures of me. I really hate it. It really upsets me. No, okay, see, listen. Jonah will literally post, like, there's nothing worse than when your boyfriend posts a horrible picture of you. Because it's like, you know that, like, all of their exes are looking like, who's this new bitch? And then they post, like, the worst picture of you on planet Earth. And I'm like, okay. And maybe I shouldn't care, but I care. And I'm toxic and I care.
But
So, I mean, at least I can admit it.
what if that's because he thinks you're adorable in those pictures? And
I don't
sees
care
you
what he
in a
thinks.
beautiful light. Let me. Actually, wait, no, sorry.
Just kidding. I care what you think about me.
You're perfect, and I agree with you. I think every photo. Of
I
you
feel
is
so
perfect,
bad 'cause every
especially
time
the
I-
Cartman one.
You're done.
We should just play
No,
it right there.
no.
Did
no.
you let him watch it?
No. Caroline loves to Photoshop me onto different things.
You had
and
me
it's like-
Photoshop him before.
Yeah, that's
onto
funny, though.
like what was the?
I had her Photoshop Jonah's face onto the Pillsbury Doughboy. But it's because his little tummy's so soft. And it just reminds me of like, I always imagined, you know how they tickle the little Pillsbury Doughboy's tummy? And he's like, and I always like imagined how it would be so soft. And I literally feel like I manifested Jonah into my life from being a child because I literally like
You'd watch the
literally.
Pillsbury Doughboy and be like, "That's my kind of."
Okay, can I tell you a really funny story that I have never told Jonah? But this is I'm saying it right now, so he doesn't, so he can't react. No. So when I was little, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old, and me and my mom were driving, and there was a guy, this guy was probably like in his 30s, like working outside of Lucky's, and he looked just like Jonah, I can still remember what he looks like, and he looked exactly like Jonah, and I don't know why. I guess like I didn't realize I was talking out loud. it was me and my mom in the car, and I was like, he's hot. And I was like a child, and my mom was like, what the fuck? She's like, he's old. You can't say that. I'm telling your dad, like, blah, blah, blah. But I think about it all the time because I think about how the guy looked exactly like Jonah.
So funny.
Isn't
you
that
just
funny?
Didn't realize you were talking out loud.
No, yeah. And so in my head, I think that I manifested Jonah from that moment on. I think I saw him and I thought, oh my God, that's going to be my future husband.
I think I had a dream with him in it before you guys met.
Oh, I know.
Remember?
Please tell the story.
You probably remember the details of the dream better than me, but basically, we were with your like family,
and they were being ratchet per usual.
They were pissing me off in the dream because they were just being like mean to you or weird or something.
Damn, can't imagine that.
And then I was complaining to a guy that looks a lot like your little boyfriend.
Your little boyfriend.
And we were talking like shit about how like you're perfect and should be protected. And yeah,
you told me. Okay, I realized why I keep looking at your shirt. I'm looking at your tie. No, I'm just looking at your boobs. Mm-hmm. No, but I just realized that I was still looking, but it keeps like moving perfectly and like perfectly swaying. But I'm just gonna keep. I remember you told. So that would have been like what, a year ago that you probably had that dream, like over that even.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Hey, I had a dream about this guy and you." And I used to dream about this guy all the time that looks exactly like Jonah, and he always had a beard and like whatever. And I remember specifically, it was always a point that he was like younger than the guys I usually dated, and it was always because he was like the love of my life, right? And so I used to dream about it all the time, but then I stopped having the dreams like a year ago. Mm-hmm. And then you had a dream and you're like, oh my God, I had this dream and your family was being ratchet. And you're like, you said though that you were upset because they were being mean to me per usual. And that my family watching this like, wait, what the fuck?
I was literally thinking, oh my God, the text you would get.
No, right? No. But and you said that you were like upset and you like walked out and he was walking into the house or something and that he was like, don't worry, like I got it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like,
I was gonna say
that always stuck out to me.
I felt very comforted by that dream. Just like, because I care about you so much. I would and have yelled at people for okay. For the ones I love a lot.
Listen,
but like,
I would
actually
not get in a physical altercation with somebody for you. No, that should say a lot because it's a lot easier for me to get in a physical altercation.
What if we do it together?
So the fact that I would be like, okay, I'm not going to physically assault someone for you, that is far more impressive.
Not even
Kimono man at the store.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I was ready. I was literally about to be like, okay, Cobra Kai.
I feel like
I thought it was funny.
It was. It's just you said it so confidently, and him and I were both thrown off.
I literally I need everyone in this room to promise to never talk to me about that again. Because you guys all just saw how embarrassed I feel about it.
I'll keep it.
And it's probably not, like in hindsight, it's probably not a big deal. But for some reason, that was so embarrassing to me that it actually makes me want to cry.
No, I get
so
that.
let's just never talk about it again.
Talk about what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's right. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I dreamt about Jonah and I knew who he was before we met. And then I saw him and I was like, oh yeah, there you are.
There you are.
And now we're married.
Oh.
Announcement time, guys. Just kidding.
Oh
my God, you want to know what I did on April Fool's? Oh wait, because I did it to you too.
No, what did you do? I don't remember you.
So,
oh my God, I was barely awake.
That was so funny for me.
I woke up.
I personally victimized so many people on April Fool's, and
I was like,
I loved it.
I was so groggy and like genuinely half asleep still. And I was trying to go into like therapist Caroline mindset for you on the phone. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And
Let's
you were
see
just
how
like,
long I can go without moving.
April Fools.
I'm going to not move for the rest of the
You're
podcast.
literally already moving.
No, I'm not going to move my legs. I'm not going to do this. Anyway, so I sent, so Jonah was getting ready to come see me because we were going to an A's game. And I knew that he was getting ready, and I knew he was probably not expecting anything. And I felt
God,
so
you're
good.
proud of yourself, aren't you?
I so am. And I was like, hey, like, my period's just been like really light. And so I'm just going to take a pregnancy test just because I think that's weird. Just to be safe, but I'm sure I'm fine. So, like, no worries, but just want to let you know. And he was like, okay. Because he knows I wouldn't just, like, take a pregnancy test without telling him. Mm-hmm. So I had to plant that seed, right? Then I laid in bed and I giggled to myself a little. And then I waited until I figured he was looking at his phone, waiting for me to text him back. Because I know him. And I sent the picture
Did you tell
of
me?
a positive pregnancy test. And I said, or something like that, right?
And like Diane was in the
yeah,
background.
my cat was in the background. So funny. So hilarious. Oh my God.
And then you sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say with it? I don't even remember because I was just like,
Then I got mad at Jonah. But
I was just like,
you know,
oh,
when you don't
shit,
want a
like-
baby, but you want somebody, like, okay, I don't know if I'm the only woman who feels this way. I don't think I am. But like, I don't want a baby right now, but I want to think that Jonah always wants a baby right now. Like, I want to think that he always wants to impregnate me. Otherwise, I feel like he doesn't like me. Am I the problem?
I'll impregnate you.
Yeah, how you feel about that?
You can't see me.
No, and then I sent it to Caroline, and I said, "Oh my God, please call me when you wake up." So funny. Then I did it to my mom, and she was like, "I'm having a grandbaby," and I was like, "Girl, what the fuck?" Well, first she
You
was like,
should've
"What are you
sent
gonna
back-
do?" And I
you
was like,
should-
"I'm keeping it."
You should have sent back an ultrasound with like Diane's face.
Diane's my cat.
The baby. Oh, I'm getting my cat something.
I'm so excited for you.
My cat is coming on day after tomorrow. And I'm so nervous. But
Your
I'm
mom's
excited.
coming day after tomorrow. That felt good.
My
Are you so not that anyone cares. So sometimes I feel like when we do the fuck, I'm moving again. Sometimes I feel like when we do the podcast, it's just like us talking about things like purely for us. That's why I think I have such a hard time figuring out why people listen, because I'm like, this is so for us. But anyway, my point is this summer is going to be the summer, like summer 2019.
yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't drink, but
Yeah.
it's going to be vodka beach party all summer. I don't drink, but
But the vibe.
will be that, right? We're going to go to the lake all summer.
Yes.
We're going to scream, cry, throw up in a good way. We're going to kiss. Duh. Jonah's like, excuse me.
Yeah, tell me more.
We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna roast marshmallows.
Yes.
My brother's dog's name is Marshmallow, and she's so cute.
She's really sweet.
She's really cute and like super soft. It's because they feed
Like
her
a-
salmon. No, like her fur is so soft. For a short-haired dog, it like amazes me because I feel like, I don't know.
Short-haired dogs can be kind of prickly. You know what I mean?
What do you say?
What are you talking about?
I still think that we should do an ASMR. So I'm actually next episode, guys, is going to be a mukbang. Mukbang? What do they call it?
Mukbang.
People pronounce it both ways, and I don't know which one's the right one. It's like GIF and GIF. I don't know. But we're going to do one next episode, and it's going to be sponsored by a local restaurant.
Aw.
And we're going to eat and giggle and laugh. and we'll do some ASMR. I hate hearing people chew. It actually grosses me out.
I was going to say, I think I would die. I've literally wanted to fight people before over the sound of their chewing, and it's not controllable. I mean, I can keep myself from fighting them.
It is
but
called
the urge,
misophonia. It is a version of OCD, which is an anxiety disorder found in the DSM-5.
the amount of times you've told me.
Just kidding.
Or not that you've told me, but like I'll say, you know, like I was having
I think
the
I
same
attract people
intrusive
with
thought,
OCD.
Repeatedly. That's like really irrational, but I feel deeply afraid and like I have to do something specific to make the thought go away every time. And she'll just be like,
Weird. Can't imagine. Cannot imagine. I wonder, we should just add you onto the cover. Like,
I think you should put me
Just-
like great.
you should be staring
I want to be
way.
like peeking out from behind your
You
shoulder.
can get like a Caroline neck tattoo.
Oh my God. That is so funny. Or you could be like sitting on my shoulder like a little,
Like,
an angel
one on
and
each
a
side.
devil.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up.
I love you so much.
I love you. We're done. Bye, guys. See you later.
Goodbye.
Just kidding. But we're going to do a mukbang or whatever the hell it is on the next episode. And it's going to be fun. And we're doing it. And it's happening.
It's happening.
And we're going to have a lot of fun. And yeah,
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Do you have anything to say to our viewers before we leave?
Fuck them hoes.
Oh,
You're perfect.
that's
The
right.
way we're perfect.
That's
Can
right.
do no wrong.
If you listen to That's the Whiskey, you're perfect and better than everyone.
Yeah.
And that's right.
Yeah.
So, as always, I'm Carolyn.
I'm Jasmine.
And that's the whiskey. Goodbye.
Goodbye.